Okay, so this is the amazing, this is the Olle metal raised bed. As you can see, it is white. You can choose your color on the outside of the container. And the greatest thing, and I showed this in the setup, but you can confirm or configure however you want this. The size, you can take it apart easily. This is the size I felt like would be the best, you know, for this fit, for this little area. We're in the vegetable garden, so I already have raised beds. And I'm very interested to see how the metal holds up against, you know, the wood. The wood we have to treat like every year. So I'm kind of interested to see, you know, how this holds up in Arizona's sun. But what a great size. I mean, I could have made it a different configuration, could have made it smaller, could have made it bigger. But look, compared to the standard, I think this is a 3x3 or 4x4 wood raised bed. So in here, I am going to be doing half of it seeding it for lettuce and the other half seeding it for potatoes. And I'm really excited to see how this turns out. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the dirt, and then we will go from there and see how it goes.
I trust you, stay, yeah.
Now this could probably use a good 4 more bags, and I probably will have the gentleman that helps me around the yard go ahead and get some of that. He's coming tomorrow. But I'm gonna go ahead and seed this planter, but this is a huge planter. So even if I didn't get any more, I think I've got a good enough bed that it would be okay. But I am gonna go ahead and add some more garden soil. But I went ahead, there's 3 big bags in here, and then pretty much a full bag of garden tone from 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞. I love that stuff. You can get it on Amazon. I will link it down below. I love that. I use it citrus, garden, just plants, in ground, and then also in pots. It's just amazing. So anyhow, what I'm gonna do is divide it, and this is what I've got. I've got seeds for arugula, just regular lettuce, and then a lettuce gourmet salad blend. And what I'm gonna do is just cut 3 lines on half of this and go ahead and drop my seeds. And then tomorrow when the guy who helps me comes, we will set up drip to this, just like we do in the raised beds. But today I'm just gonna water it in really good along with the other fertilizer on the tree, the citrus trees. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make three lines and then dump all the seeds in each line, one type at a time.
Either way, it's all good.
Okay, so that is the lettuce. Whoop. Now what I did for the potatoes was I took potatoes that we usually use, these little mini golden ones. They were starting to sprout, if you can see that right there. So what I did is I cut around where there's already eyes, the sprouting. And then what I did is made sure that the skin, or the inside part, the cup part, hardened over. You can kind of see that darkened, and it's kind of a hardened. So what I'm gonna do, I have this amount in this bag. What I'm gonna do is just go ahead and plant them in the ground with the seed or the eye up. Okay, so there's one kind of starting right there, and then there's this one. So I'm just gonna put it down in the ground like this. Size-wise, that worked out just perfect. So what I'm gonna do now is I am going to This is such a fun part of the season. I'm going to let go of the butterflies. So let's do that before we do the watering. Okay, the sun is glaring, sorry. So I buy these at Lowe's. It's a little container that has oh shoot, that's right. Needs to be done in the evening. So anyhow, I'm gonna explain what I'm gonna do, but I will do that tonight. So there's a little container, has holes in it. They're full of ladybugs and these little wood chips. And all I do is just open it up, kind of shake it around, let them all out, and the ladybugs will eat kind of the bad bugs that you don't want in your garden. So I also have a flying, is it mantis, that is in a little incubator cube thing. They're not ready yet. I will let that go as well, and they'll eat all of the little bugs that attack the plants. So it's a natural way to kind of help with your garden. So I will do that tonight. They say release them in the evening because you are going to, you have bees, you have other insects that might eat these, and you want, you know, they go to bed kind of in the evening, so let these out in the evening. Okay, let's get to watering in.
It's not like you'll get a retake. I'll never feel like you do, babe.
Okay, so I just kind of wanted to walk you through and kind of show you what I've got in the vegetable garden here and what I'm doing. Now, in the beginning of the video, you saw me watering a bunch of plants. Two of those were a beautiful yellow rose bushes, and so I'm going to be putting one here and one here to flank coming in, because this is kind of like, you know, I've got the David Austin rose, the vine, I've got some more David Austin roses in here, but, and also obviously all of the rose garden. But in here, it just kind of starts the whole flower and vegetable garden. So I've got this space here. I just want to do a beautiful yellow against the pink. I think will be gorgeous. So that's going there. And then of course you walk in. This is a tangelo tree, but I mean, it's obviously it's alive, but it does not produce. So I'm not really sure kind of what I want to do with that area right yet. But I've got some more roses here. We've got some deadheading to do. I'm going to go ahead and keep this area open for now, just because with this new bed, I want to be able to move around. And then I've got another rose here. Right here, we've got our strawberry starts. So I'm very hopeful that, you know, these will take off. So this is a whole bin of strawberries. This is dead. Every year I seem to lose one in the winter, and so it takes me a while to find a replacement, this lollipop trio. So we will pull it up, but it's there for now, but it's dead. Right here we have chamomile, and I might end up moving this up to the front patio or the back patio here, just because I have some other things that I want to see or, you know, put in here. So I'm thinking I will do that. Here's the archway that kind of guides you into the whole cut garden area. We'll go ahead and go in through here because I will show you the two trees that I fertilized. This is an avocado tree. Let me get the stats on it. Mexican Grande, full sun. It does get a lot of sun in the afternoon, which is the hardest part for here in Arizona, but it does get some shade here in the morning. And then this is a Myers lemon tree. And it has produced before, so, you know, nice little sweet lemon there. And I just did a garden tour, but, you know, this is the cut garden. Roses, I've got all of my more filler plants over there, and you know, just a lot of beautiful, beautiful roses in here. So that's what this area is. And then we'll go back in here. See, here's my good topiary. They're hard. Anyhow, okay, so back here I have raspberries. So I'm really hoping we're going to do the same thing that we did here with the grapes, with the vines, so that, you know, they have something to vine up. Here we've got some cucumbers, and I've got another empty pot that I've got more cucumber plants I'm going to put in there. In here we have a watermelon that's doing good. It's getting started. In here we have squash, zucchini squash. And then obviously these are both the grapevines. And then we've got cantaloupe over here. I've got blackberries over here, and I'm just really worried. I've got 3 of them, and I want to do that same system here, but I don't know. I don't know if what we did to those. Let me think here. This is broccoli. This is yeah, that's a tomato. This is the little mini tomato. These are the bigger tomatoes. And I believe those are tomatoes too. I don't know. I guess we'll see, right? And then this is just a vine crop that comes up. But here again is the great raised bed. I just think it fits. I mean, if that's not a perfect fit, I don't know what is. And I really liked it that, you know, I could have put it together. My nephew was putting it together mostly. And it also was great to do it together. And then we both lifted it out here. It was a piece of cake. So I like that I don't have to, you know, have somebody else, you know, do that. But I'm excited to see what comes out of this. And, you know, again, we've got half of it is all lettuce and half of it is all potatoes. So I'm excited. We're going to add 2 more bags of soil. I think that's plenty. I really do. I mean, obviously we could go all the way up if we want, but I feel like that's kind of a waste of dirt. So we're going to do 2 more big bags and then put a drip system in here, much like we have everywhere else. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out. I'm absolutely loving it so far and super excited. I just appreciate them. They found videos and they saw and they offered to send this out to see what I thought, and I think that's I appreciate that so much. And so far I'm loving it, and I just would like to see how it holds up in the Arizona sun for my final thoughts on it. But everything is looking really good. I'm super happy and excited, except that, don't look at that. But everything is really looking nice.